that this man that was actively pursuing my mom on Match.com is her distant cousin.
Yes, sirree, Bob.
And out of all the people in New Jersey, her cousin's the one that's trying to shoot the shot. Like, what in the hillbilly inbred dysfunction is going on here? Because this was not the first time that this has happened. My mom and my dad, yeah, they were almost close to being related at one point too. And apparently my family tree is literally a straight line.
Hit the line, what's the tea? They talk about everything. Rolls on, I'm calling my mom. Paul is here, Barb too, and they talk about everything. Rolls on, I'm calling my mom.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast. We're back and ready to give it to you. I'm Paul, and I'm joined by the baddest bitch, the age of 50 and over you've ever seen in a onesie, Barbara, my mom. Hello, Barb.
Hi, everyone.
Mom, I miss you.
I miss you too. Because
I
when you're
feel-
not here, it's like we work, we touch base, we talk, but it's like I don't come home to you. I'm not, yeah.
I know. I've been feeling lonely without you.
Yeah, me too.
It's
I
not
don't
the
like
same.
it. It's
I
not the
know.
same.
Well, you are planning to book a trip to LA in a couple weeks.
I am. And I will be flying by myself for the first time.
Oh, this is the first time?
To LA, yes.
Oh, bitch, you got to document it. you got to document that.
I did Florida twice, but no, I've never flown 5 hours by myself.
I was going to say,
And
you have flown by yourself.
Yes, but Florida's 2 hours, you know.
Yeah, this is some
serious flying.
This is cross-country shit right here. So you're doing this for the first time by yourself to Cali.
Yes.
Why I did not clock that until now, I have no idea. But okay, you got to document everything from the moment you get to the airport. You're gonna see Barb just being like this at the airport, just filming herself all by her little lonesome,
with the phone shaking, the sweat beads over the.
Wow. Okay, this is a big step.
Yeah, this should be interesting. Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping this step for this trip, what we're doing is we're going to do a little tour of SoCal for Barb to really get in deep and figure out where she wants to immerse herself in when she moves here.
So this is going to be a road trip. Yeah.
A little road trip, the two of us, maybe Jordy, if he's willing to join us in this. It might be a me and you expedition, so we'll see.
We're going to go to a couple of places and look around, get the vibe. Yes. Like be very like this.
We're living there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like you're living there. I already have a place in California, but like we're cementing you and building the foundation of where you'll be living.
Yes. Yes. So I'm excited about that. Yeah.
Me too. I'm excited for you to come and finally like just have, I mean, I feel like I just saw you, but I always take more of you in a couple weeks period. So here we are.
Because I feel like I haven't been out there. Like I feel like you guys were here, Brett's been there, but I'm like, so that's not good.
So Barb is pulling up her big girl panties and getting the fuck moving 3,000 miles to Los Angeles. I love this for you.
Yes.
I'm laughing because it's like when we're in New Jersey and we're like driving down the highway, it's such a different experience than when we're driving in LA down the highway, if that makes sense. Like Jordy keeps bringing up to everybody about, he's like, I don't know what it is, but when I'm with Barb and we're driving down the highway in New Jersey, she's got all the windows down, hair's whipping, everyone's screaming to talk over each other. And I'm like, what is going on? And I was like,
music's blaring.
Yeah, it's such a chaotic and loud experience, but I feel like I don't know anything different. And there is something that's like home when I'm doing that. And I'm like, it really is like a Jersey girl moment that Barb just like wants the top down, the hair flowing. I remember the one time though where I literally said to you, I was like, girl, if you need gas money that bad because you wouldn't crank the air, and I thought you were not like putting up the windows because of that, I'm like, I'll spot you. I got you. But you really
No.
love, yeah, there's something about
Especially
like,
if you're going down the shore, like everybody has their top down, like, yeah, everybody's like getting ready for being out on the beach, the wind. Yeah. As soon as you hit like over the Wildwood Bridge, your windows are down. Like, that's it. Yeah.
I know, but it's funny because, like, you know, unless you have a convertible here in Los Angeles, like, that's not really a thing. Like, everyone is driving with like their windows up, the AC on. Like,
Yes,
New
I
Jersey, it's
agree.
like every window's down in that car, and you hear like, like in the car with the music blaring, and it's like hot air coming in, but we still embrace it here in LA. That
Yeah.
is not a thing. I don't know why.
I thought you were going to say, oh, it's different like driving with Barb in Jersey, because I'm driving here in Jersey when I'm with you. I'm like,
Oh, yeah. Well, that too. Yeah.
so I thought you were going to throw me under the bus for that.
No, I hate when you're a passenger in my car. I'm not a fan of driving with being a passenger in your car, but I prefer that over you being a passenger in my car. I can't do it. I can't.
I think that's the only time we really like
argue.
Yeah,
because you are.
I'll literally before I get in, we'll have a little talk like, you know how I am, so just be careful. Don't do this. You know how I'm going to react.
Well, buckle up, bitch, because you're going to be in for a rude awakening this time around. But I've been still decompressing from the New Jersey trip home. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I have now been able to say that I've eaten solid meals again instead of just ice cream at McDonald's. So that's a start.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy now, baby. I'm a big boy now.
That's so funny that you bring that up. I literally just went to the produce store today, down the street. Everybody, it's Jersey tomato time here in Jersey.
You better speak on your home state.
That's right. It's Jersey corn, Jersey tomatoes, cantaloupe. We are in. And I went and I brought it all. And I came home and I made a BLT. It was so delish. Oh my gosh. Yes.
The fact that you get that hype about a Jersey tomato and corn is hilarious to me.
But here's my big announcement, and I was so thrilled. And I even brought it to show you.
Oh, we got a gift today? Stop.
Read it.
Is it pumpkin spice?
Yeah.
Creamer? Pumpkin spice coffee creamer? You're kidding me. Girl.
That was my excitement.
Already? It's August 10th. It's August 11th.
It was at ShopRite, and I said, give it to me. And I came home and I used it with my BLT.
Oh my gosh. You were such a basic bitch. I cannot. How are they selling that already? Is it a seasonal
thing? I don't know. Yes, it's very seasonal, but it's August. I mean, I don't know why, because
this is where the white girls that thrive like you're going to get your candles from, what is it called? Bed Bath & Beyond, or Yankee Candles. You're going to get the pumpkin spice that. You're going to be wearing your Ugg boots. You're going to be wearing or listening to a Taylor Swift record on repeat. There's going to be like the cracking of the wood screensaver on the TV. It's like, girl, it's August. It's hot as fuck still. And you're over here.
It's 90 degrees out. That's why I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to the produce stand and getting Jersey tomatoes. And then I'm going to ShopRite and I'm seeing pumpkin spice.
Not pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
It's pumpkin in Barb's house. Pumpkin. Well, bitch, I'm feeling like a pumpkin, because let me tell you, I haven't worked out in 3 weeks. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get a cracking in the gym again. I'm going to get my ass back in there, because we have not been moving the body like we have previously. And it's feeling frumpy. So I go and I work out for 2 days. And guess what happens? I feel this pull in my back. And I'm like, there's no way. I'm just like, it's got to be in my head. So luckily I had a physical therapy appointment and I found out that I sprained my back.
I
So
know.
if that's not a rude fucking awakening of what your life will look like as you get older, I don't know what is, to be honest, but it's not
And
great.
once you do that to your back, it just never feels the same. It'll heal and you'll do things, but you'll just always feel this tightness. Yeah.
I'm just like at a loss for,
Welcome to getting older.
yeah, I'm like, come on, like 33 has not hit yet. Like, why are you doing this to me already?
Yeah. Yeah. It happens to the best of us.
No, I'm not ready for it. So now I'm like, I have to sit a whole nother week out. So to me, in my mind, I don't know everyone, you listening to me right now, maybe this resonates with you, but I'm an extremist. So if I'm not clocked in all the way on like working out and doing it, then I'm like half-ass eating because I'm like, well, fuck it. It's another week. So I'm like, I might be back to the Cold Stone every night in the McDonald's because I'm like, why the hell not? Why not? I'm not working out, so I'm not clocked in right now.
You should do what I do because I just went back to it too after not doing it while you were here. But I just went back and started my Pilates classes. And it's the machines and it totally like stretches you. I feel it in my back after. Maybe you should start doing the machine Pilates. You have one right down the street, right near when we were walking to Hugo's, I think, or
Yeah,
something.
there is, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I know I'm already out, then I'm like, okay, then we're gonna put the workout on pause. So what I did was I got a massage, and I was like, I'm gonna treat myself to this. Was like everything to treat myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm in pain and agony, and I'm feeling depressed that I'm getting old and this is happening. So I treated myself to go to the movies by myself. I
You
got dinner
did.
by myself. I got a massage by myself.
How cute.
Also, I get nervous every time I'm going to my massage place because I get good service there, but I've heard through a couple people that they got a couple handy J's while they've been there, and I have never got that impression when I've been there, but, like, I don't wear
You
underwear.
get that happy ending.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't wear underwear, and I feel like most people don't, but then I started getting nervous that, like, you know, as a human and a
Is that the
man, you
cue
start
of
yeah,
you don't wear
what happens if your little pecker starts hanging out and like because if they start getting close, things start happening. What happens if you start seeing it pop up? Like, what do you do in that moment? Do you acknowledge it, or is it just like a
you better start talking to yourself, talking
no?
down.
I know. That's why
Start talking it down.
I was like, what I ever since that happened, now I'm in the back of my mind. I'm like, well, no, I can't give any signs that this is the direction that we're trying to go here. I'm like, I just want a
No.
calm, peaceful, quiet massage.
Yes.
So
Nothing more.
no,
Nothing more.
no crazy.
No crazy.
So I did that for myself, which was really nice and therapeutic. And while I was doing that, you were living your best life, going to the beach and living your hot girl summer still while I'm in pain and agony. So at least one of us is finishing out the summer strong. Can I say finishing out? I feel like summer's come and gone. I don't know if you feel that way, but I'm like, I mean, bitch, you got the pumpkin spice ready to go already. So I'm like, hello, I'm talking to the right one.
Well,
But
even yesterday I was out and it was like I want to say chilly, but it wasn't chilly, but it was like in high 70s at night because it
mhm.
was at nighttime and we were all like putting sweaters on. I was like, oh, this kind of weather seems like summer's ending because the nights are getting chillier.
I
Yeah.
feel like I didn't do like
No.
right?
Yeah.
If you were
Yeah.
listening right
I mean,
now,
look, I don't feel like I have a good tan. Nothing. Mm-mm.
well, I hate to break it to you, the tan era needs to stop. You're 57. We need to be preserving your skin as much as possible. So enough. That's a
It's
blessing in disguise.
it's good vitamin D.
No, tans are not good for you. Vitamin D is different than a tan. Look it up. Ask ChatGPT that. How about that? It's two different things. You think just getting a tan means like a universal like health. That is not accurate. Barb, nurse.
No, being out in the sun is you should before
It's
you put
great to be out in the
sunblock
sun.
on, you should sit for at least 10 minutes out in the sun without any sunblock or anything on.
Sure, but you think like having this like tan that you would have back in like the 80s is still no one's doing that. because you're going to look like the leather sofa that's in here if you keep it up. So knock it off. And we don't need any health scares from you, okay? But if you are listening right now in the car, at work, you're watching us, please tell me it's not me. But I feel this impeding doom almost that like life is going by too damn quick that I didn't even enjoy the summer the way that I wanted to. And is it because of just the way life is right now, or is it because I'm getting older? If it's getting older, I'll accept that. But like, am I alone in this? Please clap your hands right now, wherever you are, and let me know that you're with. What the hell? What was the summer?
I don't know. I feel like we're in August already. I feel like it was just December.
I might as well
Yeah.
start planning my retirement for my birthday at 33 in a couple weeks. Like, what the hell? So
It
I
goes
can't.
by fast. I don't know if it's an age thing. I mean, even today I did that. I came home and I was like, how's it 1:00 already?
Yeah,
Like,
it's sick. I'm not a
yeah.
fan and I don't support it.
I don't support it either. But the funny thing is though, when you're working and you want the day to go over with, how slow does that damn day go?
Worse, always. Always.
Right?
Well, I
You
don't
got work,
support
drags on.
I don't support summer going by fast, but I do support you and your journey of finding love, which we really need to talk about because it's been a minute on the Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast, and we're getting closer and closer to our season finale.
Look,
And I actually feel like
I start itching.
you break out in hives. I actually feel like the podcast has been like going on for long, like it feels like a long time, which I'm not mad at. I'm like, I hope everyone else is enjoying that it's going on for a lot
I feel
longer.
like last season it was like, oh,
kind of
we're
flew
done
by
already. Yeah.
But we did like 40 episodes last season, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
I know. Yeah, we cranked out like 40 episodes.
Holy gosh.
Holy Jesus, Batman. I know. So that's why maybe this one feels like it's moving a little bit slower, but I'm not mad at it because I need something to keep me grounded, and there needs to be something in my life I look forward to, and it's Barb seeing if she's going to find us a future dad. So with that being said,
it's just talking to you.
It's just talking.
Not really the other part. It's more just talking to you and about it, not doing it.
Well, that's why I'm like, now we need to put the words to actions and make it happen. So we need to take it here right now to our Hold the Fuck Up segment because it's been a minute. We need to dust that off, bring that bad boy in, because after what me and you just encountered, it's definitely qualifies for a Hold the Fuck Up moment.
So let me tell you something.
This was a lot to process, and I'm glad that the timing of this podcast was today for us to do this because we were at a loss for words. And as we typically like to do on the podcast, we like to bring it here so you guys can consume it for your own entertainment purposes.
To help us process it.
Yeah.
We got to talk it out to process it.
No, literally. And we talked it out for quite a few hours last night. So my mom's on Match.com, as everybody knows on the podcast, if you're listening. So my mom's on Match.com, just casually scrolling. You know, it's kind of almost like she's, looking to buy something on QVC, right? Like, she's just adding endless gadgets to her cart. And, my mom has not found a good amount of winners on Match.com and the surrounding areas, as we have come to find out through the season so far. We have not found many hot commodities, if you will.
No. But wait. I did find, before we get into that, there's this thing that I just found out too on like Facebook or wherever it is. And it's like, are you dating the same guy, or it's a site?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Are we dating the same guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you just found out about it?
Yeah. And it's a rabbit hole. Let me tell you.
Oh, you're stuck in it?
It's a real rabbit hole. Yeah. Like, to start scrolling and then reading about these people and everybody it's a rabbit hole. Okay.
No,
proceed.
those people,
Sorry.
those people will eat those people up, like in the comments.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole. Once you get into
pure
it,
entertainment, pure entertainment.
Pure entertainment.
So my mom sees this guy, which she showed me a picture. I'm like, cute, nice smile. Looks like he has a good job, has that professionalism, je ne sais quoi, if you will, that we're looking for. Check, check, check. So she sends him to me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, handsome, good teeth, you know, blah, blah, blah. My mom says, though, as the more that we're looking at him, like, it almost felt like it was too good to be true. We're like, this guy is too cute to like be in this area. Like, something just doesn't feel right. And my mom's like, Paul, I swear I've seen his face before, but I cannot put my finger on it. I cannot figure out where I have seen him at. So cut to like me and my mom at 1 a.m. on FaceTime. We're like a couple of FBI agents over here, cross country, referencing her ancestry DNA chart. Like, we literally went back onto her account to go through this family tree that we have.
Yeah, because it just was so familiar. And I was like, I know he's been around in some family or just some dynamics of it. Yes.
And that's when we put it together that this man that was actively pursuing my mom on Match.com is her distant cousin.
Yes, sirree, Bob.
And out of all the people in New Jersey, her cousin's the one that's trying to shoot the shot. Like, what in the hillbilly inbred dysfunction is going on here? Like, we really need to dissect this, please. Because
I'm speechless. Yeah.
Because this was not the first time that this has happened. My mom and my dad, yeah, they were almost close to being related at one point too. And apparently my family tree is literally a straight line at this point. And if you're listening, you're probably wondering, okay, how the hell did Paul's mom and Paul's dad almost link up and be brother and sister while they were together? It's because my mom's mom and my dad's dad were fucking. To put it
I don't
bluntly.
know if that's what they were doing. They were older, but
I saw her kick back in the recliner.
They were canoodling.
I saw her kick back in his home, smoking a cig, and she looked very damn comfortable, like she just had something done to her where she was gonna take in that moment and really enjoy it. So you can say what you want, but my suspicions are that there was some explicits happening there.
Okay.
You don't think so?
They were canoodling. I'm gonna keep the visual of just canoodling.
Just canoodling. Okay. So my mom's mom and my dad's dad were having dating. We're having some type of relationship.
Yes, they were.
Which it made it one step closer of my mom and my dad being related while they were married. So now my mom's distant cousin is hitting her up on Match.com, sliding into her DMs without even realizing that he knows that you're related.
Yeah.
My mom and my dad almost were related because their parents started dating. What is going on in this family? Like, I need answers here. Why do we feel like, I know New Jersey's small, but this can't be right. This can't be right.
Yeah, it was shocking. And then in the same breath, I'm like, of course.
It's too good to be true. Girl, you might have to take one for the team.
I might have to just do it. It wouldn't be the first time that cousins are like related in our family, marrying people in our family.
I mean, he's just a distant cousin after all, right? So it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
So where did you leave off? I think we decided last night as we were sitting on FaceTime that we were just going to let it stay there for a minute and break off of that slowly but surely.
It's still there.
It's broke. It's broke. We broke it.
Yeah, because how do you sit and answer like, oh, just so you know,
tell me about your family.
Right.
Tell me about your family. So where'd you
grow up at? Wait, who are your parents?
Yeah, actually, you don't need to tell me. I know everything about you. But this is really what we need to talk about, is that New Jersey and the part that we grew up in, it is too damn small. It is too damn small. It's small enough to know that you have a friend with a friend who knows this person that knows that person. But now we're getting into family territory of dating that you're possibly sleeping with your cousin. Are people out here like thirst trapping their half brother? Like, what is going on out here? This is sick.
I tell you all the time how the girls at work tease the shit out of me because they call me the mayor because I literally know everybody. Somehow I'm either related,
Yeah.
married related. They know me. I grew up with them. I went to school with them. They're in the family somehow. Just somehow. I know so many people, which is weird because I'm not that. I don't know. Like,
you're not that popular. Girl, are you that girl?
I was gonna say that, but then I'm like, well, I kind of was. So maybe I should say that.
Barb's feeling herself today. She got a big head. Once that cousin slid into her DMs, now she's feeling herself.
I'm like, I didn't think I was that popular, but maybe people were just talking about me. I didn't know it.
You're that girl. You will forever, ever be that girl, clearly. So yeah. We really now more than ever need to get you up out of New Jersey, and it just adds to the many factors of why your ass needs to be in California. Because I can guarantee you find a man out here, the percentages of you being related to him are going to be way less than they are back in New Jersey.
You never know.
Honestly, yeah, actually, you might be right.
Never rule anything out with this family.
I mean, no, some surprise may pop up that I wouldn't put it past anybody.
Well, speaking of dating, our guest today is going to talk about dating after divorce, how she does a relationship now, how it works for her, that, being older and dating is not an easy task.
And I really love her style about the way that she moves about it. I'm really excited, and I enjoyed our conversation with our guest on today, who I have to disclaim is my former high school teacher, now a viral sensation known as My Teacher Face. She has almost 1 million followers on TikTok. I mean,
crazy. Yes.
She so deserves it. I love everything that she stands for. I was obsessed with her in high school, and I even told her that I wish I would have came out earlier and been like openly gay in high school, because she was a part of the Gay Straight Alliance and like organized that. And I was too scared to do it because, I didn't want people to know I was gay, and it was like a thing. So we talk about that, in our conversation with her, and she just had so much insight and knowledge. And I felt like it was so powerful for you and her to link up and talk about like rewriting what your future looks like and how you want to create what your relationships look like now.
Right. Our future, because we were, in our day, it was supposed to be planned out as certain milestones as a woman, what you were
get out of high school, you marry, you have kids, you stay at home, you kind of answer to your husband, and you kind of don't have really an identity much, right?
Right.
And for her and you, that's so not at all what you guys are trying to do, which I love. And I just love everything that she stands for. So I'm excited to have her on today.
But I think a lot of women my age also will relate, because we were programmed that that's the way it is. And now at our age, when we are getting divorced or separating or whatever, being a widow or something, that we now are looking at life differently and what we want, don't want, do we want to date, when we want to date, how we want to outline our own relationships, how we want them.
You guys will hear it for yourself first, but the way that she was talking about her relationship, Barb's like, sign me up on the dotted line and I want in.
Yes.
I want a relationship like that.
Yes. Agree.
But speaking about high school, before we welcome Jess Hawk onto the podcast, I had to bring up, because I was thinking about this, that we've never spoke about it ever. And I thought the perfect timing of high school made me want to bring this up, is that I have a bone to pick with you.
Me?
Yeah.
What?
You held me back in school.
For T1 in kindergarten?
Yes. You held me back. because your excuse was that you didn't want my girlfriends to be picking me up and I wasn't able to drive. So you were like, oh, we'll hold you back. So then that way you'll be the oldest in your class. How dare you?
That is not why I held you back.
Yeah,
And
that's what.
First of all, it's not. Let's go back. Let's go back. You were 4 years old starting kindergarten. Okay.
That's a pivotal year.
Mr. Sassy was 4.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah.
That's very young to start. So back then they had a little program called T1.
Girl,
So
don't say
you
back then
did-
like you're dating me that far. I'm only 32. Calm down now.
So you did kindergarten, and instead of going to first grade after kindergarten, you did a transitional T1 first
Girl,
grade.
you held me back. You held me
You
back.
did a whole you were so ready and excelled when you got to first grade. You were it was the best thing for you.
No, you put me in a
Nothing.
class with a girl.
You wouldn't have all the friends you have now. It
No.
was meant to be.
You put me in a class with a girl who used to stick glue on her hands and then pulled them together. And then there was another girl who secretly cut her hair and put the hair remainings into a Ziploc bag, and she got in
They
trouble.
weren't ready for first
Okay.
grade.
Don't put, no one ran that by me. No one ran that by me. And I find that highly offensive that you stunted me for your own, to have a girlfriend pick me up. What the hell? Where's she at now?
You
Where's she at? So instead, I had to
excelled.
endure
You
trauma.
excelled having that extra little year. You excelled, and look at all the friends you made. You wouldn't have had those friends. You wouldn't have had that life. You wouldn't have had that great senior year. You wouldn't have had any of that. You wouldn't have met. Think of the friends you have. You wouldn't have had them.
Okay, don't try to Mel Robbins me where you're trying to like spiritualize this or make it like some therapy
You were
session.
4 years old starting kindergarten because of your birth date.
No,
so,
I was 4 years old on the exterior, but I was
Yes.
a 40-year-old man on the inside. And I should have not have been in a class with those badass kids cutting their own hair, playing with glue and sticking their fingers. No, I was not. That was a traumatizing experience that you put me in there, and no one even talked to me about it. So you held me back, and I'm still holding you to that. We still have beef on that, so we'll have to talk that out on the side.
we'll talk it out, but it was the best thing for you.
Sure, girl. Anyway, let's welcome TikTok sensation, our friend, my former high school teacher, and one of our faves, Jessica Hawk, to the podcast. Okay, today's episode is super, super special to me because we have on one of my favorite humans. And this is like a hold on, I'm calling my mom first that we have on a high school teacher. You may know her on social media as my teacher face. Please welcome to the podcast the iconic, my favorite, Jessica Hawk.
Yay, thanks for having me. This is quite an honor.
I'm so happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you guys too. I'm loving this series.
Oh my God, thank you. I was like, I don't know if you've ever officially met my mom before. I feel like
don't know if we have.
I know. Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, this is a first for us. I'm like, I literally have on a high school teacher on the podcast. This is special to me.
Yeah.
Oh, very special to me as well. Thank you so much for having me on. And I hope I can add something to this podcast and this discussion.
I have no doubt about it that you will, because I love everything that you're doing on social media. For people who don't know you, you're my teacher face, which is literally, I consider a viral phenomenon that you have taken over, just being authentically yourself, showcasing being a teacher, connecting with people. You have created such a platform, I feel like, of just being like honest and transparent and authentic. And like, I admire that most about you, because you kind of, since I've known you, always been that way. You're very like a woman, hear me roar. I'm not backing down from anybody. I'm intelligent. I'm articulate. I got my shit together. Maybe not internally, but outwardly it looks that way. So I always felt like you were a very powerful woman. And I was like, what better way to have you come on, chat with my mom. As you know, we are following, her journey of being a 57-year-old woman in the dating world. And she has never dated anybody in her life other than my dad. And that was
very long time ago now at this point.
Oh, that's a little tidbit I did not know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was with Paul's dad when I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, my pressure, not pressure, I don't want to say pressure, but support of my mom of saying, girl, you got to get out there and know that, there's a nice man on the other side of this rainbow or whatever we want to call it. Right. So, but it's scary to get out there. And I thought, who better to come on than somebody who's walked the walk. You've, gone through, being with somebody midlife, later in life, divorced, and then rewrote your whole world and your narrative of, who you are as a woman now in your 50s as well. And I think that's super powerful to see Barb know that there's some badass women that are doing it and making it look very, flawlessly. So
I love when I can trick people and make it look flawless. So thank you. Goal achieved.
But I was like, before we get into that, I needed to set up like how we know each other, because I like wanted to like context of that. I had you as my high school teacher, and I'm always so upset about this because I did not have you for as long as I would have liked to, because I don't think I was an academic, if you will, at that time in my life. And I just was like, tunnel vision, get me to LA. I don't care about anything. I just want to pass high school and get out of there. Right. So I had you for a class called Reading the Movies, which is one of my favorite classes because we literally got to do what I love to do, is watch movies and talk about them and dissect them. But I said I was always upset because I never got to have you as much as I wanted to in high school.
But I feel as if we were like together more than just that class. Once I had you in class, we were talking in the halls all the time. We were Mr. Delsey stuff and everything that was together. So when you say it was just for semester, that's hard for me to believe.
I know.
Yeah, I agree.
Feel as if I taught you for 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I've known your name more than just one time. You know what I mean? Like
one semester class.
One semester class.
I mean, you're on the podcast, so clearly you left some type of significance in my life to be here. But no, I really mean that. You were more of an ally for gay people before I even knew I was gay. You were like very much involved in the Gay Straight Alliance in high school. And I always kick myself because I always think how I wish that I could have been like out to have been involved in that. And
but you weren't ready. You weren't ready.
I know. You probably knew before I did, but
I did. And I always held out hope that it would happen before you graduated. But I said he needs to go away from South Jersey and find his peace.
Yes. Well, I said, well, I said that's probably why we would kiki in the hallway, because you're like, oh, he's one of my girls, like
okay.
Yeah. But that's one of the things that I've always loved most about you. You're always so strong in your convictions, but open to like hear what people have to say. And you're a very like strong woman. And I just always, had to set the context of that, of who you are for people who are listening to know like how much you are always about, rallying for women, people of color, gay people. And I love that about you. And you're very much a woman's woman, which I was like, ding, ding, ding. Barb needs these type of girls in her corner, right? So
Everyone does.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. I've been saying that to her. I was like, surrounding yourself with women who have walked the walk and have done that is like really pivotal, because it lends hope. I don't want to speak for my mom and she can talk about it, but I know it was hard for her to like come to terms, right, in her life, later in life, especially to know that things weren't going the way that she ideally thought they would. And I don't know if you felt this way. But in terms of like having this fairy tale happily ever after, and then you have to come to terms with it that it's not what you actually think it's going to be.
Well, I think women in our generation were sold a bill of goods, and we were raised to think you get married and you have the shower with all of your friends, no Instagram worthy anything, but it was just a matter of almost an assembly line. And Barb, I don't know if you felt the same way, especially in the 90s. It was, you start dating, you get engaged, you have the bridal shower, you have the wedding, and then people started having kids. And that's where I deviated from the package that I was supposed to follow when I said, no, I don't want to have children. And the collective gasp and clutching of pearls that happened in the 90s
Yeah.
was so bizarre to me. And then you raise your kids and then you are empty nesters, but it wasn't what a lot of us necessarily wanted. And it didn't turn out to be the thing that it was sold to be, especially for a lot of women who maybe thought that they wanted to be a stay-at-home mom because that's what they were told was the ultimate goal, and then didn't find that fulfilling. Or women who were working and had kids and didn't find that fulfilling. So instead of, being able to say there are many different ways to live, we were almost chastised if we weren't following the plan.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel I mean, I'm not a woman, but I feel like I can agree with that where I've seen it. And like just even seeing how my mom started off as like a mom and a woman, has changed so much over time, where I think, like you said, like that type of generation is very like subservient, I guess is the correct word, right? You would know, you have a degree in all those things. I'm like, is it subservient? But
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, and I think like, yeah, you're conditioned to think, show up for your husband, lose who you are. And then, you balance having kids. And I think being a mom and a wife can change the way that you obviously view the world. And I think that had a big shift on my mom. But like,
I didn't go back to school till I didn't become a nurse and go back to school till I was in my late 30s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
definitely a challenge to go back to school and have a family with kids and a husband and everything. I give you a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for my mom more recently, it's been like this evolution doing the podcast. I'm sure, being like a content creator and showing up and like really putting yourself out there. It also like maybe builds more of confidence and, kind of really amplifies your self-worth. And I've seen that from my mom, like watching her on here. It's like, oh, she's coming more into her know. When for you was it more about, how you felt as like a woman, where you were like, I don't need this dead weight, or I don't need this, other half that's holding me back or hindering you? Like, I think a lot of women stay because they're scared. And that's why I commend both you guys, because it's like you're in your 50s and you decided to do something so powerful like that. Like for you, Jess, what was like that moment that you like were like, oh my gosh, I need to do this for myself? Because I remember my mom's, it was a slow burn, but I don't know if you were so similar to that.
Slow burn as well. I remember as a 5-year-old when my mom was divorced, she divorced when I was 3, my grandmother and her sisters sitting around the kitchen table. And my grandmother distinctly looked at me. And I remember how little I was because she pointed down and she goes, never depend on a man. And I was like, I'm 5, like, what do you mean? And I was raised with the idea of, yes, if a marriage works out, fantastic, go full bore, but always have your own money, always have your independence, always have an education. So I had a really big advantage with having very strong, very independent women teach me to make sure that if things didn't go well, I wasn't stuck, because so many women in my grandmother's generation were stuck their entire lives. They didn't have bank accounts. They couldn't get a divorce unless they could prove adultery or abuse. So they didn't want what happened to women in their generation, the divorce that happened to my mom, to happen to me, where my mom couldn't really live on her own. And so I always lived with that mindset. So when there was a slow burn, and we have no animosity, my ex and I, it was just one of those things where your lives go parallel, and then all of a sudden, you realize you're here.
Yeah.
And I was able to get my own apartment. I was able to support myself immediately, which was always so important to me. And that's why when I make videos and I talk to young girls, you can have that dream, but statistically, that dream might not actualize for a long time. So just protect yourself. Just make sure that you have some security, your education, your money, whatever it is. And boy, the hate I get from men on those videos.
Really?
Oh, they come in and they just want to tell me what for. And here's the thing with trolls, I still get paid no matter what kind of comments. So sometimes they'll come in and they'll be like, you're just a cranky old cat lady who's washed up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, How so? Question mark. Knowing that they'll want to respond again. And I just put a little money bag emoji.
You're like, keep giving me the engagement, please.
And
I
I'll
love
keep
that.
asking the question, sir.
Well, I was thinking as you're saying this, I'm like, girl, let's talk about that man that you have now, because that's where we need Barb to be, where she, that's where we really need you to be. Like, what the journey to get there is beautiful and as a hurdle, but like that in between when you're like finding that new man and you're putting yourself out there, like how, yeah. And Barb's in New Jersey like you right now. We're trying to get her ass to California, somewhat very, very soon. So I'm like, her match.com's got to be, connected to 90046 or 90210, because I don't know how you feel, but the men in Jersey are not giving, and you got a good one. So I love that for you. And I'm not bashing all New Jersey men,
That's
but like,
it's slim pickings. So
yeah.
congrats.
Oh,
So congrats.
I was it. And okay. So
can I ask how long you were married?
Yes. So I was married for 22 years. We were together for 25 years.
Okay.
And when we decided to separate in April of 2017, 2018, and
Okay.
I didn't even start thinking about dating until the following November, December, because I hadn't dated in 25 years and I had heard horror stories about the dating world. So I actually said, I don't think I'm going to date. I love living on my own. I love having my own stuff. I don't want to hear anybody fart or burp or move my things.
Yes.
I don't want to hear a snore. I don't want to see dishes in the sink. So I said, I'm better off alone. I'm better off on my own.
You were like, you and my mom, I don't know if it's being 56, 57, but like that is 100% how she is. She's like, I'm good with just like my vibrator and calling it a day at this point. Like, I'm like, round of applause, because that's very important to someone to say and, own that. Like, I don't need a man in here to make me happy or fulfilled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy my own company. I'm never bored.
Yeah.
Right.
I always, and I have such peace that I said it would have to be somebody truly, truly special to infiltrate my life, which is what I saw it as, an infiltration into my life. And even now we've been together 6.5 years and he is absolutely amazing, but we have no plans to marry. I don't ever want a legal document again for that. And we have no plans to live with each other.
So you don't live with each other? I was going to ask you, you know why? I knew that was just a woman's place. I was like, either you got a good gay living with you or there's only strictly women living in that house, because that is maybe both. But I was like, this is giving very like no other man is in here and I'm just in here by myself. Yeah.
And it's all toned down. So there's a lot of things, he stays over every Saturday night, or if we're together Friday and Saturday, but we don't even talk on the phone.
Wow. Really?
I don't have anything to say to somebody on the phone. Like, don't bother me with the phone.
This is my relation. This is what I want.
Yeah. That's why I brought, this is why I knew you were going to be good.
Out there.
Yes.
It's out there. So we text between like 9 and 11 each night. Now, if we have something going on, we have to say, but just our little catch up for the day. But like, what do I don't have that much to say. What'd you do today? I made content.
Right. But 6.5 years you've been dating?
Yeah.
I love that. Like, that is working. Like,
it
that's,
is.
Yes.
And we vacation together and we're always excited to see each other.
Yeah.
Because I'm not cleaning his underwear.
Yeah.
Because I'm not,
washing his dishes. Yeah.
I'm not taking goobers of toothpaste out of the sink. All the things that could really make my hiney go like this.
Yeah. You start clenching up. Yeah.
I know me, and I know what my limits are. And I wouldn't want to live with me. I wouldn't want to, because I'm persnickety and I know that. And I want the temperature at 68 when I sleep. And I want, and he's wearing a hoodie.
That's me.
To go to bed. And I'm like, well, okay, so you're wearing a hoodie.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I was ready to be single. I was perfectly okay with that. A couple of friends said, well, why don't you try the dating sites? I tried one. It lasted 2.5 days because I was in school on a Monday. I think I signed up like a Saturday night. I was in school on a Monday. I didn't check it because I was teaching. I got to the end of the day at 2:30, and there was a man who had a complete meltdown throughout the entire day that I wasn't responding. Messaged me in the morning. Hey, I saw your profile. You look like a lot of fun, blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, I guess you're not checking that this often. It went from like 8 to 10, 12 to, and finally,
Oh
ready?
my gosh.
30. I thought you would be cool, but you're just another bitch like everybody else.
What is wrong with
Oh,
people?
And I was
what?
like, dodge that bullet.
Oh,
Yes. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh. Could you
Melted
imagine?
down the entire course of the day.
in what world, I always think, would any woman panties like start to be like, I'm throwing them off for you if you're that like that? Like, where in that world, if that man's head, does he think that that would make you be attracted to him?
I have a name for people like that. I call them clam slammers.
Because it slams it shut where there's yeah.
There's absolutely no chance. Like everything within me closes and recoils when I
Right?
see people like that.
Yeah.
And I will say to my boyfriend all the time, I'll be like, oh my God, that guy's personality clams. He's like clam slammer. And I'm like clam slammer.
I love that.
Yeah, and it's true. There's like everything in my body's like, no possible chance.
Oh my, like what a disaster.
But I don't know if he thought by the end of the day that he would say, you're just a bitch like everybody else. And I would be like, sir, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Let's meet up for coffee.
For women our age especially, the bar is set so high as to who would be able to come in and interrupt what we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of men don't like to hear that. They think women who are our age are all desperate to have a partner. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
That's where you're sadly mistaken.
Yes.
No, we're
Agree.
good. Because
We're good.
you have
Yes.
friends. Many have adult kids that they're very close with. Many have friends from high school or college or work. We have those emotional connections. We are fulfilled by so many people outside of ourselves that somebody would have to be spectacular to come in and enhance our lives.
That's it right there. At this stage in your life, you need to bring somebody who's enhancing your life, how far you've come, and not hindering you and pulling you back. And the fact that you just literally said verbatim the same exact thing shows how powerful that is.
It's so true. And our personalities are set at this point. And I have empathy for my younger self, who was the insecure girl who was always trying to, do things for the male gaze and to make sure that I was liked by men, that I was attractive to men. And that's what we were raised with in the 80s. Misogyny was so open and so rampant. And I look at myself sometimes back then and I cringe, but I also have empathy for myself because of the times that we were in. And now I just don't give a flying fig. I really don't at all. And I remember when I got divorced, I was at a New Year's Eve function. It was 4 couples and me, and I'm sitting at the end of the table. And one of the guys who's about 10 years older than I was, I said, it might be tough for me to find someone if I do, because I'm a lot. I mean, I'm loud. I grab microphones. I dance like an idiot. I say every single word in the book. And he looked at me and he goes, for the right man, you will not be a lot. He will embrace all of it.
That was a good man.
He's wonderful. He's wonderful. And I just, like so many women, dull their shine to placate men, to make sure that they're not feeling insecure, so that the man doesn't feel as if he's not the leader or whatever toxic phrase is going through their lives at that point. And I just think women our age will not compromise or dull our shine for a man who is less than, where he can't accept us.
I'm like, where'd you find that man at? Because Barb's like, I need someone that fits the parameters exactly of your man. I'm like, you didn't do the dating apps, which Barb's not really fond of, to be honest. So I'm like, is it word of mouth? Is it referral? Is it?
It was an accident. I got invited to a Super Bowl party.
Always.
And then he got invited to the same Super Bowl party. And later we asked everybody, did you set that up? And they're like, absolutely not. But when we saw you two talking to each other, everybody at the party was like, yo, that's good. But here's the thing, I had to be patient, but it was completely unexpected. And I don't know if I saw him on a dating app, if he would have come across in the way that made him so endearing and so interesting. So I really think those personal in-person connections, and especially through mutual friends, is probably the best way. Plus, he was vetted.
Yes.
He was friends with my older brothers. He was friends with people at the party. And when I started digging, they're like, he's amazing. His family's amazing. His kids are amazing. He's still friends with his ex. All the things that were like, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's probably the best way.
I've always thought that it's, to me, I believe, firm believer, I always stand by this. When you want something, not that it doesn't happen, but it always feels like the girlies and the gays that I'm friends with that are always like, why can't I find a man? Why can't? And I'm like, I'm telling you, it always comes when you least expect it. Truly. That's how I met my boyfriend too. And I feel like any relationship always is just by chance. I'm a firm believer of that, because it's almost like the universe is dropping a little, like they're like, you deserve this. You've worked hard as a human. You're a good human. You deserve this.
You're ready for it. You're ready for it, that you're putting it out there that you're ready for it. Yeah.
And I think that's a key, where I probably emanated something where I was, not bitter.
Right.
I was not sullen. I was just having a great time being myself. And I think that is something that projects.
Mm-hmm.
And so then there was a connection that happened because I was open to being by myself indefinitely.
Right.
And was not like, oh, there's a single man here.
Yeah.
I need to go over to him immediately. I was kind of like, oh yeah, he's cute. Oh, all right.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that vibe kind of connected us.
Yeah.
I'm thinking two things to walk away from this conversation with already in my head is, Mom, us doing this, like, because at first, Jess, she was a little, okay, like, what am I getting myself into? But I think all of this, honestly, is beneficial, because it's like I said, I'm happy with her coming to terms with realizing she either doesn't want to be with anybody or she wants to be with somebody. To me, this is all a learning lesson, right? Because I think there's times where she really has been like, honestly, this is all bullshit. I don't feel like dealing with it. I'm tired and I just want to be by myself. And I'm like, hey, if you're a woman and you're empowered to say that, I love it. But to me, you saying this is almost like she's going through the journey. She's doing it, but she doesn't have an expectation of meeting somebody. And I actually think you corroborating that makes it more, gives her more like awareness of knowing, like, girl, it's going to fall on your lap when it's meant to be. When you exude that, that's when it's going to happen. And you're confident in that.
Completely agree. And there's no rush. There's no timeline. There's no anything. It's a matter of, if a lot of people say, I want a date for this or date for that, but I'm like, at what cost?
Right.
Yes. 100%. I mean, at what cost to get married and have kids just to do it? At that point, it's like, why?
Right. I can take walks on the beach by myself.
Exactly.
And second thing is that I love you so much. I know I said that in the beginning, but I'm going to say it again. I am so happy that you came on and cut out time for us to do this. I want people to check you out because I love what you're doing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a fantastic journey, an unexpected journey. And now, if you ever told me years ago I'd be at like 1.3 million followers across platforms, I'd say hilarious. Oh,
that's amazing. Yeah.
It's bizarre to me. It's just bizarre to me, but I'm so grateful.
So where can people check you out at My Teacher Face on all social media platforms, correct?
Yes, it's the same across all social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I actually have 3 TikTok accounts. I have My Teacher Face, My Teacher Face 2, which is pretty much feminism and women's health and dating and all of that. But yeah, so I'm all over this, every social media.
A girl that's getting her coins, a hustler. I love it.
Thank
you. You look like you have not aged a day since I stepped foot in your classroom 15 years ago, which is insane to say, but 15 years ago. Yeah. You look amazing. I can
trick people.
Yeah.
Me and you both. Me and you.
Oh my God. It's extensions. It's tattooed eyebrows. Come on.
I'm like, wait, do you have extensions in?
I'm like, he's not my son. He's my brother.
Yeah, right?
Well, I'm glad you girls are rewriting history and looking the way that you do and doing all the things. So
we try now.
Yeah. Well, I love you. Thank you for coming
I know.
on.
Thank
I
you.
love you more. This was wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on.
All
Thank
right.
you too.
Bye.
I mean, how blown away are you? I feel like you found your new best friend.
Oh my gosh. That's my life. That's what I want to do.
I
I
mean,
just a weekend boyfriend. You do you, I do me. We talk. She has her decoration style. He has his. Perfect.
I mean, it's
Perfect.
pretty
They
much
will
like
last forever. They will last
100%.
forever.
100%. I'm like, I need to text her on the side and say, girl, you need to tell me if he's got friends for my mom. Where'd you find him exactly? Where can we find a similar person like this? Because Barb needs that to a T.
And she
You-
didn't jump right into it. She took so much time. Like I just love all about it. All about that.
You would thrive. That is literally what I see for you. You need somebody that has clear boundaries, but the communication is spot on, and you guys just understand how each other works, because you have gone now for so long just being comfortable in your space, and like this,
Yes.
and you are very particular about how you want your space and how to like maneuver your life. And I just feel like having somebody who is okay with that and does their own thing is, to me, a match made in heaven. Period.
Yeah. I mean, they vacation together. They do everything together.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
But they're just like, I'm here, you're there, bye.
Yeah, we go to work, we do our thing. Yes.
I loved
And
having
she's
her
so
on.
sweet. I know.
She's the best. She's the best.
And her social media is just everybody has
Gems.
to follow it. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
You guys need to get into it. I adore her, and it just goes to show what an amazing human, teacher, person that she is, that all these years later, I'm still connected to her, and she had an impact on me. So I was very fortunate and grateful to have her come on the podcast. It's a hold on, I'm calling my mom first to have a high school teacher on the podcast. That's pretty iconic. So I'm very happy that she joined us. So thank you all for listening to this week's Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom. Please make sure, if you haven't already, you already know the drill. Please follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom. If you want to jump into the conversation, email us at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom podcast at gmail.com. And please do us a solid. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom. And please make sure that you are subscribed and following on Spotify and Apple at Hold On, I'm Calling My Mom. Go figure. So
after every time you do it, I'm like, oh, I should learn that to take it off of him and let me do it. I'm like, it's not going to happen. Keep going.
I was just going to say, as I was watching you look, I was like, Barb, you'll get the hang of it one day. I'm like, no, we'll just let you stick to the phone hanging up part.
Like cue cards.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Once we're in a studio, we'll have a prompter. You can do it. You can do it. I manifested that for us, that we'll be in a studio. So mark my words here. It will happen.
Yes.
But we are one step closer to the season finale to do our 2-part matchmaking extravaganza with Barb that she is so excited about. So make sure you keep tuning in every week. Every Monday, a new episode drops at 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST. Make sure you're tuning in. We're so forever grateful for all of you who support on socials, who write us. I've had so many amazing comments lately about how, like, I can't even express how beautiful some of them are. And I know that sounds like, oh my gosh, but I truly mean it. Like, they make me teary-eyed reading them.
Yes. And I read them too. I mean, I see them and they're so heartfelt, especially when they just talk about like us as we are, our relationship. And it's just so heartwarming. Or they'll express that they don't have that. And it just, if they can watch us and feel that little connection or just make them laugh and just, it's very heartfelt.
We're just doing our part, mommy. But I second that. And
in a couple of weeks, I'll be able to do it.
And I really mean that. And none of them go unnoticed. So thank you so much to everybody. Barb, we've been saving up for this moment for you to do it. Take it away, please.
All right. It's time to hang up now. Bye.
Call you later.
See you guys
next week. Love you all. Love you, Mom.
Love you.